Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation. Today I will be talking about virtual communication, some advantages, disadvantages and best practice on this field that is really common utilized today. To start, I'm gonna do a small introduction about what is virtual communication, what are the advantages, what are the barriers of utilizing the online tools that we have today, and some tips and best practice when preparing or participating in an online presentation. So, virtual communication, what is? It is all kind of communication that is made utilizing a computer, cell phones, and other different types of technology to unite two or more people. So it can bring people together that are in different parts of the planet, or even recently you have the pandemic, what made all those channels grow so much because people could not get out their homes. So for any kind of reasons, we can utilize different platforms to do those meetings online. So, for an example, we have Zoom meetings that were really popular after the pandemic. We have the emails, text messages, all the social media platforms, YouTube with videos, and so more. So, like I said before, those are so more popular after the pandemic, but then now they are something that business, school, and even for personal lives, we all utilize those tools to make our presentations or to present projects for different applies. So, what could be advantages of virtual communication? There is an increased convenience and accessibility, so more and more people have access. All this technology is getting cheaper, more accessible to people, and this convenience for you don't have to get in traffic, you don't have to buy expensive plane tickets. Um, and these include the time and cost savings. Like I was saying, you don't have to spend the time in traffic to go to a building to find the parking. You don't have to buy expensive airplane tickets. You don't have to make reservations in hotels to make meetings. You can solve everything um, online. Expanded reach and global collaboration. There's an example from the website Indeed.com, one of the biggest ones to find jobs online, that says that collaboration can lead to more creativity, increased team morale, and heightened motivation among team members. So more people collaborate, more they feel motivated to work. There is more flexibility and work-life balance since people don't have to spend all this time again to go to meetings or to go to the office. So you can stay home, work from home. You can find more time to do exercise, to stay with your family, with your friends. There is more flexibility on that. And that's a easy of documentation and archiving, since you can record your meetings, you can save and share documents in real time. So it's easier to keep those documents and to organize um, all this information. Now let's talk about some disadvantages. So what can be a disadvantage is the lack of non-verbal cues and misinterpretation of messages. That means, when you send an email or you send a text message, if you forget a comma or if you're in a rush and you just type everything in capital letters, the person's gonna think that you're screaming or can interpret that in a different way that you uh, were really wanted to mean. So it can be hard since you're not face to face, so you don't have all these non-verbal interactions to make sure that what you say means what you say. There are technology barriers and technical difficulties. That includes problems with your microphone, with your camera, even with internet, power. Things can happen even though we prepare. You have a good outline, you tested your microphone, everything in a day before, but at the day of the presentation of your meeting, things not go well. You have a power outage, your microphone suddenly stop working. So this can be a disadvantage of preparing for any kind of virtual communication. They reduces socialization and lack of personal connections. So then there is an article that I found from Norway University that says spontaneous informal communication, that means chatting over a coffee or in a hallway, has shown to reduce conflict. However, it is hard to replicate in a virtual setting. So that clearly say you don't have the casuality of having a colleague in front of you, just sharing a coffee, just talking about something, and suddenly you guys have some insight. This kind of socialization sometimes is not possible in a virtual environment. Other disadvantage is the isolation and disengagement from team dynamics. Maybe you are in a presentation, and when you have those group dynamics, have more than one person interacting with each other, you don't have this face-to-face dynamic. So this isolation, the feeling that you're just by yourself can be a little bit boring. So that's a disadvantage of the virtual communication. And there are also the security and privacy concerns. As I said before, an advantage that is easy to documentate everything, but at the same time there are those privacy concerns, because if you are not prepared, your computer can be hacked, someone can steal your files, somebody can record your images without your consent. So there is something to be aware of. So right now I'm going to talk about some best practices when preparing or participating in a virtual communication environment. The first one is to be clear and concise. So there is the article that I found in Center of Creative Leadership that is really nice, because communication is always involved with leadership. So this article, there's a part that says, if you feel calm and relaxed when engaging in a virtual communication, your audience will sense your composure. So that means feel confident what are you saying, practice, and practice, and breathe. If you feel nervous, take a deep breath, relax, think that everything is going to be okay, because your audience is going to notice. If you're nervous, they're not going to pay attention, they're not going to give you credibility. So just be clear of your words and trust yourself. Use of appropriate communication channels. That means use the online tools in your favor. If you need to send a text message, emails, use the correct channels in your favor. An emphasis on active and listening and feedback. There is another article from Forbes.com that I found also really interesting. In one part says you don't have to be invasive, but inquire enough to let them know you care and you are paying attention. Then listen and tune in to what they have to say. So that means pay attention and give feedback and listen to the feedback. So if you're presenting or moderating, open a space for questions to be made, answer questions, and at the same time, if you are participating, ask questions, listen to what the other have to say. It's important, sometimes more important to listen to say too. And adherence to data privacy and security protocols. That means, again, with the issue of being attacked of a hacker or something, be always prepared with tools. There are many online tools, antivirus, a lot of software that can help to secure your data online. Pay attention and don't click in any kind of doubt link that you receive, like spam email. Don't click on anything that you're not sure of who sent to you. It can be dangerous. So to wrap up my presentation, uh, just make sure that we, like I said before, it is a common thing today to do online meetings more and more, even after the pandemic. People utilize the virtual environment to do meetings professional, for school research, scientists, medical field. They all come together online to find solutions for common problems all over the world, what is really interesting. And I think is a really easier way to bring these people together in a world that can sometimes look so far from each other with so many problems. I think virtual communication is an excellent tool and we should all use in our favor. Utilizing the best practices tips and remember of the advantages. I think that the disadvantages they kind of go away. So just remember of being confident, always paying attention, listen to what the other have to say, and show your ideas online. I 100% believe that there are a lot of people out in the world that want to listen and learn more about what you have to say. So just prepare and say it in the best way. That's it. Hope you have a great day.